Hello, how's it going, guys? It's Dip is back again. For the past couple weeks, I got engaged, then I got a puppy, so my life's been pretty hectic. But I'm back to post regular videos for the next week or two. So today I plan on starting a series that is probably my most requested one since I started the channel from people on my team, and it's how I analyze the buff screen. So this is specifically what I'm talking about, but it goes a little bit more in depth than that. So I'll give you guys like more so the background and why I decided to go over this and why I think this is so important, especially for free players. Now the background from a lot of this, I am a VIP 10. Okay, so that means I've spent a decent amount of money on this game. But there's people in my server that are VIP 15 that literally 10 to 15 is almost like a double expenditure increase. Another VIP 10 there. There's some pretty decently sized spenders. Um, a bunch of VIP 10s and VIP one VIP 15. There's a couple 12s and such on my server as well, but it's nowhere near where some servers are. But usually I can compete pretty well with those people. One, I do spend a decent amount of money on the game, but two, there's a little bit more in-depth thinking going behind what I'm actually doing, and more so that my moves are calculated. I'm specifically trying to make my setups counter the other person instead of trying to just outpace them and build more damage, attack faster, and see if I can win. I try to just kind of circumvent that problem because if you're going for the damage race, the person with more money is going to win every single time. So the person who spends more money is going to get the higher damage equipment, higher level equipment. And that's even the case for most of this game, right? If you want to be the top person on the server, sad to say, you are going to have to spend money. But the game is still super fun, and my goal for making all these videos in the first place is to make sure that you guys can be competitive in the amount of money that you're willing to spend. If that's free, I want you to be the best free player. If that's $10 a month, I want you to be the best player that spends $10 a month. And usually I can compete with people that are spending thousands and thousands of dollars a month compared to me spending a couple hundred. So anyway, to summarize this video, it's going to be based around this buff screen for the most part. And there's a big reason behind this. So in this game, from what I can understand specifically, because I run a dodge setup, so I've done a ton of testing for various stuff here. There are, at least for what I'm going to categorize them, it's not categorized like this in the game, but I categorize them like this just because it makes it easier for me to understand. There's three categories of buffs in this game. Buffs that start in the background, which are shown on the screen. Things that are in the background are most of the things that you would expect. Your equipment, all the equipment here, is all the stats that they give you, right? Here's Ford engine, 33 overall attack, speed to bases, all of these buffs, these three specifically, not the active skill, the skills here, are all added up from all your equipment added into here. So it's not just equipment. This goes for your equipment, your garrisons, your technology, carrier skills. So these skills, these three right here, tech from like your research facility, the enhanced skills down here, all of these are all added into these numbers as well on the view buffs. Your UAV, your psionic zone, your CVP. Let me go to CVP really quick. Because you do get, it's not a ton, but you do get points from your CVP, which is why if you're merging with another team, you should go to whoever has the stronger one. If you go to CVP technology, this combat ready one, you get overall attack and overall defense from that, right? You get some for being on your CVP. You get some damage buffs. Base skins, this is another one. So if you go to appearance in your aircraft carrier base, the ones that you own, these stats, all of these stats are shown on that buff screen as well. So there's a couple, you know, if you needed some more boost morale for a fight, maybe add this thing on. But base skins are included in that. Route decorations, they're adding so many of these little things. Route decorations, like the epic decoration. These garrisons are also the fleet decorations now. Overall speed, yeah, some of them give you health. The auras, you know, all of those are added together, and that's what you see on the screen. Okay, the ones that can change, so like for example, full warships attack. I don't have full warships on this carrier because I just sent it to a rally. But say if I go here and repair the ships that I had on it, it doesn't matter the tier ship. Okay, so if I repaired all those ships, if you look at the buff screen, right, I have 178 attack. But if I click on it, it shows me where all that's coming from. Overall attack, 168, rally, 0, full warships attack, 10.1. Okay, now if I go back, that number 10.1 is going to change when I add all these ships. Okay, because I have Genghis Khan on. Cool, so now I'm at 198, and now it's at 30. Right, so that's a 20% attack buff just by adding ships. So that's what full warship attack does, and it's an increasing percentage based on the amount of ships that you have. That also applies to defense, so this probably increased as well. So those are all the things that are in the background. Now, that's really, really important to focus on because those are the things that you can kind of count. You can count up after you go into the fight. They change. Those numbers are going to change. So it's hard to show. Let me see. I would have to show like a full setup buff. Because they change in the after action report. So say I took my Lincoln, right, and I sent it into a fight. So I just attacked a pirate. Nope, not that one. It's not in rally report. It would be in the fight report. If I go to the buff details, notice these numbers are a little bit higher, right? And that's because of that rally firepower. Look where full warships attack is. It's back down to that number. But these numbers in the after buff report, when you're looking at like what you beat your enemy at, these numbers change in the after buff report, specifically when you add skills. So if I go to something, yeah, it's not gonna be in world bosses. So like for Bermuda, like a Bermuda battle. Oh, looks like I might be losing connection here. Nope. Okay, we're okay. Specifically with like a Bermuda battle, if I can find one, I'll show it. If you add skills, those skills are going to change the after action report, and they do show up. But that's only for the equipment skills. The only thing that's going to be added in there are equipment skills. Oh yeah. All right. So let me re-log in. But sometimes this program gets finicky with connection. So sorry about that. I'm gonna go into a fight just so that I can show you the other half. So all of the ones that I just talked about are background buffs. The only thing that gets added into the after action report are the equipment skills that you trigger. So like on your Ford engine, if you use this engine's skill when you go into a fight, those stats also show up on that after action report. But that's not the entirety of what the battle is. There are other buffs that pop up on the after action report, or other buffs that are active during the battle that do not show up on the after action report. So I classify those as battle buffs, right? So I have the three categories: background buffs, battle buffs, and special. The special category, the only thing is the equipment skills. Background is all the stuff I went over already, and battle buffs, I'll show you in a sec. Go to a battle really fast. So I'll just go to any random fight. Okay, so this is against a pirate. This is just a level 28 rally. And the battle buffs are shown pretty good. So, this would be one of the battle buffs, chips. Okay, I'll make a whole video separate on those. Purify was the only thing to go off there. I had barrier on, but those chips are blue, so the trigger rate's really low. These subs are all polished, so most of them are going to go off. And these are all battle skills. These do not show up on that after action report, but one of them gives me damage, one of them gives me crit, one of them gives me accuracy. Right? So, and then purify. Purify stops restrain from happening. Okay, so all of these do not show up if they give you percentage changes. They do not show up in the battle report. So you have to take those into account when you're making a build, and that's really important for dodge carriers because you might have more dodge than the opponent has accuracy, but for some reason they're still hitting you. That happens a lot. And usually the reason is because people are looking at the stats in the after action report and they're like, well, you know, I have way more dodge than his accuracy. Why is he hitting me? And usually it's because they don't take into account Hawkeye that's on there, right? And you know, for like a U2A sub that's +3, you're looking at an additional 50% accuracy, right? That gives them another 50% towards hitting you. So there's that. There's also difference between dodge on your warships and dodge on your carrier. So there's big differences for both of those. And then, you know, buff details, that accuracy is not shown, right? My overall accuracy comes from my JPG radar, and that's pretty much it. It comes from your geniuses too. If you have MacArthur on, if you have like 18, I think my MacArthur is like 18%. MacArthur, a couple other geniuses that give it. If you have precision fire on Helios, right, the Helios carrier, that's why I really like it. That would be a massive buff right here that I don't have. But yeah, so all of those, but the accuracy here isn't representative of what actually hit the pirate, because I had Hawkeye on my HMS resolution and the U2A. So I'll go down and show you that really quick. Right, so let's see, HMS resolution, right? That was another 47.8% accuracy on the HMS resolution. All right. So that's not counted in there, right? So now I'm looking at almost 100% accuracy on overall accuracy, and that changes the fight from the beginning, right? Your final attack, so the attack from your overall attack buff that you see, say it's 180% or 184. Now you're looking at 200-ish% here because there's another 16% damage or final damage that's going to your aircraft and your warship. Okay, or your warship, right? Whatever it's on. In this case, for the sub, it's only on your plane. Okay, I'll go over what this means in a whole other video as well. This is more so where the battle buffs that are not in the after action report really come into effect. This specific screen, not necessarily a sub, it just shows you like what this might seem like basic information for some, but other people I know do not know this. So you know, these three buffs only apply to this slot, which is your plane. It's also on your carrier. But, you know, Hawkeye, Precise Strike, and Stimulant, your carrier doesn't have any attack. The plane is what has attack. Okay, so that's what it's applying to. It doesn't help your warships there. Okay, so your warships get nothing from this. So that's kind of the intro to how I'm going to be going over these fights. I'm going to make a second video literally right after I post this one that goes a little bit more in depth of how to actually look at the battle report. So like looking at the video replay of what happened when you fight someone else or when you fight a pirate, and how to troubleshoot that based on what went on, right? The looking at the numbers is great, to kind of give you an idea of what you need build wise, or like where to spend your resources. Like, you know, if you need more dodge, if you need more damage, more accuracy, whatever. It's really good to look at those numbers, but seeing what actually plays out in the computer makes a way bigger difference and makes it a lot easier to see what to change. So anyway, this video is getting a little long. I'm going to stop it here, but I'm going to make another one right after this and try to put that, and I'll go over video replays and stuff. I'm going to make a whole series on how to get better at PvP and how to troubleshoot getting better. I'm planning even doing live Saturday or Sundays for Bermuda. I'm not actually going to look at my own Bermuda. I'm going to go to a different server and watch other people's fights play out, so that, you know, I can give people another perspective, not just my own server, and then I'll talk about it. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, shoot me a comment. If you want to send me a private message on the game, my name is It's Dip. I'm on server 420. So come say hi and let me know who you are, and I'll try to make videos based on the questions I get. All right, thanks so much, guys. Have a good one.